I, said the sheep with the curling horn, I gave him my coat to keep her warm. I gave her my meat to make a pie. Maybe that's not such a good song. Welcome to Shepherd's Pie. Let's make shepherd's pie. Shepherd's pie is a lamb pie with a mashed potato top. Basically, that's the recipe. So if you just think of cooking some lamb and putting some mashed potatoes on top, you could essentially make a shepherd's pie. We're gonna make it a little cuter than that. We're gonna sort of follow Gordon's recipe. One of the issues with shepherd's pie is that there's actually two similar pies, but they're really different. So the shepherd's pie is, curiously, with a lamb, and a cottage pie is with a cow. So shepherd's pie is lamb, cottage pie is beef. But anyway, this is a wonderful thing. You can have these set up when you go to work in the morning, and then when you come back from work, you just toast them up in the oven. It's essentially cooked. You're just sort of blazing the top with a little butter and heat. It's very good Christmas dish. It's a little homey, but if you have Christmas for two or something and you want to serve shepherd's pie, why not? If you made it with love, that's all that matters. And it's fancy. Love is fancy. We're gonna saute the lamb, we're gonna reduce it with a little wine, and then we're gonna make some mashed potatoes and put them on top in a design. So let's do it, here we go. Cut up a shallot. I, as you know, prefer shallots to onions. I don't know why, but I do. Your comments on the Christmas countdown absolutely mean the world to us. You have no idea how much we've enjoyed reading them. So I'm just taking the peel off a shallot, and I'm thinking shepherd's pie. When I put my spoon in the pie, how big do I want the onion pieces to be? I'm gonna cut it like this. You've seen me do this a million times, and then I'm gonna cut sort of wide stripes, because I want sort of chunky bits like that. This is my Perussi Forester. Same thing with the other piece. We're gonna make a kind of a smaller, cuter one. But you can make this as big as you want because it's very versatile. It's really cooked meat with mashed potatoes, okay? Not that hard. And like I said, you can prepare this well in advance and just fridge it and pull them out and heat them on demand. People love individuals, don't forget that. We're not gonna make an individual today, but people love individuals. Carrot. I'm gonna use a bigger knife. I think I'm gonna do this like this. Cutting again, and then these are a little big, so I'm just gonna do this. It's not expert knife work, but it's going in a pie. Have you guys seen those Gordon Ramsay videos where he watches somebody cooking something and critiques it? It's like somebody's TikTok. They're kind of awesome. There's one of a person making a shepherd's pie, and he's like, I have no complaints about what that person's doing.
Wow, that has to be the poshest shepherd's pie anywhere.
Later, we're going to add some peas, but right now they're just defrosting. We don't have to add those. So, we're now going to peel the potatoes. Yes, peel the potatoes before boiling them. Bizarre, but that's what we're gonna do. Usually you don't do that because it releases the starch, so I'm very interested to see why Gordon wants you to do this. It's certainly easier than getting the skins off when they're boiling nuclear hot. If you do need to peel potatoes in advance, one trick is to put them in a bucket or a bowl submerged with cold water, and then they won't turn brown. You have some time before they oxidize, but you don't have a million years. Now, what size am I gonna cut these? I'm gonna cut these in a size at which they will cook quickly. I'm just gonna cut this in half, and then I'm just gonna do this. I'm now gonna take my cut up potatoes and boil them and start the filling. Let's take it to the stove. That should cook very quickly. So anyway, I'm boiling these potatoes until they're soft, and then I'm gonna mash them with a ricer. Or I actually have a ricer, but I think I'm gonna use a masher. This is a ricer, okay? Now what it does as opposed to like this, is it makes a finer mash. One note I wanted to give you guys is this. Could you top this with Duchess potatoes? The answer is yes. The good news about that is Duchess potatoes last longer in the fridge because they have egg in them. They don't dry out. But anyway, it's up to you. Today, we're not doing that. We're just using regular mashed potatoes. So let's start the filling, shall we? A little bit of olive oil.
Hot pan, olive oil.
Or
Not hot pan, olive oil.
I did it wrong. I put in the olive oil before the pan. Anyways, these are gonna cook quickly, so kind of keep your consciousness of them. Somebody posted on Instagram this thing of Dolly Parton saying that every diet she's ever messed up is because of
potatoes, French fries, or mashed potatoes, or baked potatoes, potato.
She said, I never made a spud I didn't like. I kind of agree with her. All right, this is my huge cutting board, with a very small amount of basically mirepoix. So I'm gonna put that in. We're just making a base. Cook this until the onion is sort of translucent. Your peas, yeah, people are all weird about this. You don't need to cook these really, besides your dish. They cook very quickly in any warm liquid. I'm just gonna pour these in when we put in the liquid, the wine. Our children's play is on right now. By the time you see this, it might be too late to catch it, so you can catch it in 23. We've been doing that play for 21 years, every Christmas. Wow. Okay, a little bit of pepper. I think these are almost done. 3 more minutes. If your knife goes straight through it, it's cooked. This is our mince like. It's minced, but I'm still gonna do this. So you want high quality. Remember, organic is for you, humane is for the animal. Pick humane over organic, if you can. I'm just putting in all the mince, which is very nice quality, in my opinion. I'm just basically cooking this now. So we're actually making this together. A little more salt, je crois, I believe. Some people want you to put like nutmeg in it, which is so gross, I think. The potatoes are ready to drain, so I'm gonna go ahead and drain them. Return them to this beautiful pot that was a present from Lynn. I'm just gonna drain these, they're little pieces. Okay, so this is cooking away, it's making nice liquid. Hi, why are you wearing a dress? You're wearing a pretty black skirt. This is your coat because my house is cold because my heating doesn't work. Okay, I'm gonna mash these and I'm gonna add a little bit of butter and a little bit of cream. So I'm just gonna scoop a large piece of butter in here. I'm gonna use this tiny, inappropriate spoon to move the butter around a little bit so I'm not just mashing one piece of butter in one spot. Here at Dinner Party tonight, we like to use 2 small bowls, right? 2 small pans, and 2 small dogs. 2 small dogs, for many more. You are welcome all aboard. This looks beautiful. We're gonna do something a tiny bit Christmassy, which is that we're gonna pipe the potatoes on top of it with a piping bag. Sort of like Duchess. I'm gonna put a little teeny bit of cream in here. Oh, looks like mashed potatoes to me. I forgot to season it. A little bit of seasoning in there. I'm looking at the amount, and because I'm a dinner partier, I'm guessing. Pinch. I love it in recipes when they say put in 1/8 of a teaspoon of salt. It's like, just go like this and put salt in. It produced quite a lot of fat and liquid, which is good. We like that. And we're gonna put in some tomato paste into there in 1 second. Oh, that's ideal consistency. Maybe a little bit more cream, just a teensy bit, just so it's easy to pipe. And it also makes it more Christmassy. All right, so that's ready. I'm just gonna move this off to one side. This is looking pretty good. To me, I'm gonna add some tomato paste and see what happens. I wouldn't put ketchup. Ketchup has a lot of sugar and a lot of nonsense in it, you know. I love ketchup though. So this will thicken the surrounding sauce. Tomato paste goes in so many meat dishes you would never expect if you don't cook a lot. Coq au vin, beef bourguignon, curry, you know, and we should be grateful for like people that run these companies and make tomato paste for you. It's amazing. This looks pretty good to me. I'm just gonna put a little red wine in here and then we're just gonna reduce it. And we can always scoop it out if we want, if it's too liquid. But we're just gonna let this reduce down. And then you can dress this up any way you want, really. If you wanna cut up fresh herbs in here, I would use a little bit of rosemary, thyme. I think sage is a little intense. And also, people tend to overuse sage and it tastes like cough medicine, I think. Peas. What do I want it to look like? That's how many peas I'm gonna put in. They're frozen. Don't worry about it. No, they're not. I would probably put in a little less tomato paste next time. I wasn't really paying attention. This looks like the filling of a shepherd's pie to me. I'll let that simmer for just a little bit while I prepare my workstation. That looks good. I don't know if you guys have a spare minute at this moment in the holidays, but you should definitely watch Fanny Craddock Christmas Pudding, not Christmas Cake, which begins with her sort of slightly awkwardly decorating a tree. It's fantastic. Here's our mince. I'm just gonna spoon it into the container, leaving behind some of the grease, which is just fine. It's rich and lovely and lovely. You don't have to put the peas. You don't have to put the carrots. But you know, this makes it slightly more balanced. Okay, kind of mashing it a little bit, smoothing it down. And now we're gonna see if it's possible to pipe not Duchess potatoes, all right? Piping bag, large nozzle. I do not know if this is gonna pipe. This is just to make a cute design. You don't need, you can just, honestly, you can just smooth this on with the back of a spoon and run a fork like this, or don't even do the fork thing. You can just put the mashed potatoes on top. Je ne sais pas. Remember, squeeze with this hand, guide with this hand. Do not squeeze with both hands when you're using a piping bag. I'm gonna do a practice one. That works. All right, here we go. Just piping the topping in a super cute way, praying to God there's enough in here. We might have to use the practice one. Pick it up with a spoon. Look how beautiful, guys. Wow, it's really nice. What do you think, Gordon? He would say I put too much tomato paste, but what are you gonna do? So, this is so cute. Isn't it cute, Reg?
Very cute.
Okay, now I'm gonna fill in the gaps because I have a little more than I thought, which is awesome. So, it. I mean, this is fit for a king. If you pipe the top, you could absolutely serve this for Christmas. This can go in the fridge. It doesn't have eggs in it, so it's not gonna really make it too long in the fridge. The potatoes will start to look weird and dry out and be strange. But certainly you could put this up before you went to work. Or if it's Christmas Day, you could make this in the morning, watch your shows all day and throw it in the oven when your friends come over, or just for yourself. Shepherd's pie. You're gonna put it in the oven, 350, 400. And at the very end, if you want, you can broil it for a minute without painting it or putting anything on it. Or you could paint it very lightly so you don't mess up your plumes with butter. You get a nice brown crust. It might go brown just at 400. Gordon puts a little cheese on it. I don't know if you need that. It's quite rich. It's got a lot of fats and stuff in it, so I don't know if you want that. Also, cheese and lamb is just a little strange. I would say just get a piping bag. It's not that scary. We've done it on numerous episodes. Pipe your topping if it goes through a top. It just makes it look much more beautiful and like you cared for your friends just a teeny, teeny bit more. Shepherd's pie. Don't ask why. Shepherd's pie, where's it gonna go? You might ask why. Why is this shepherd's pie going goodbye? because it has to cook. So we're gonna put it in a 400 oven. We're gonna keep an eye on it. If it browns in that air, I have it on convection, you don't need convection, then we won't broil it. If we wanna broil it at the end, we will. Goodbye, shepherd's pie.